or something when you started. We have now demonstrated in many videos the multifunctional performance benefits of our BondTAC thin film technology, liquid applied BondTAC Eco 1500 top coat, the various other products as well, the spray products, as well as the vulcanized rubber patch. One of the, other than the performance aspects, which we have demonstrated, of commercial interest would be the coverage achieved with these BondTAC products. As you're aware, thin film technology allows us to apply a very, very thin coating of material, Eco 1500, 4 mils per coat, top coat about 4 to 5 mils per coat, and one of the features, of course, is the coverage. Aside from the ease of application, we need to look at the coverage. We have here two 4-foot by 8-foot cement board panels measuring metric 3 square meters each. Cement board is sort of medium porosity cement, and coverage is very much dependent on both porosity of the substrate being used, as well as the 3-dimensional surface area. You cannot just measure 2 dimensions because aside from porosity, the 3-dimensional coverage will sometimes exceed considerably the 2-dimensional calculation of the substrate. For example, on a smooth surface such as sheet metal, you can't expect to get much greater coverage than you would on cinder block, CMU, cement board, and poured concrete. Poured concrete, of course, will give you better coverage. You'll have better coverage on poured concrete than you will on cement board. And of course, CMU and cinder block, you'll get less coverage because of the surface area, if you look at it under magnification, is not flat and straight as the airplane flies. However, it is up and down, so you've got both the peaks and valleys, and the sides of those valleys and peaks have to will consume some amount of liquid applied material. We'll now move over to our demonstration sample. This is a gallon can of BondTAC Eco 1500, commercially produced in our production facility. We will weigh it. One second, Patty. Yeah, the scale is there. We will pour some BondTAC Eco 1500 into the paint tray. Approximately we'll put in approximately 1 kilo. It's measuring 1.005 kilos. We will now add a paint roller to the scale weight. For a total measured weight of 1.415 kilos of material, paint tray, and paint roller. 1.415 kilos. 1,415 grams. Now we will
Corey, did you
attach
tape? Was that sheet of paper in your video?
we will now attach a handle to the paint roller and apply one coat of BondTAC Eco 1500 to the 3-meter, 32 square foot BondTAC Eco 1500. Applying it to the surface of the cement board. First coat being applied. Only needs to be applied sparingly. No need to put it on thick and heavy. As you can see, we're applying the first coat sparingly. We've now got a complete coverage of BondTAC Eco 1500 on a 3 square meter, 32 square foot cement board panel. We will now weigh the amount of BondTAC Eco 1500 remaining, the paint roller, which was weighed, which was included in the weight initially, as well as the paint tray. We now measure 1.210 kilos, which is 1,210 grams. So, to cover 3 square meters or 32 square feet of a cement board panel with one coat of BondTAC Eco 1500, we consumed 205 grams of BondTAC Eco 1500 in that operation. The production sample of the Eco 1500 that we used had a specific gravity of 1.1385 or 1.1385 kilos per liter. We consumed 205 grams. So we consumed 0.18 liters of BondTAC Eco 1500 to cover 3 square meters. Sorry, 0.18 of a liter to cover 3 square meters, and that related to 205 grams consumed. So that represents that represents 68 grams per square meter. We will now apply a second coat of the BondTAC Eco 1500 onto the same cement board, and we can anticipate that we will use a little bit less material in that application. Oh. Of course, the BondTAC Eco 1500 is pressure sensitive, and since this cement board is lying flat, I don't want to step on it because in all likelihood my shoes will not come off the board. So We will try to go in the same direction if possible, but on a vertical wall, of course, that would not be a problem. I'll come around to the other side of the panel so as not to step on it, and continue with the second coat of the Eco 1500. We have now applied 2 coats of 4 mils each, totaling 8/1000ths of an inch. Just under 1/4 of a millimeter film thickness, dry film thickness. We'll now weigh up the paint roller, the tray, and the remaining BondTAC, and the scale measure is 1,025 grams remaining for the combined tray, paint roller, and residual BondTAC Eco 1500. So for this second coat application, we consumed 185 grams of BondTAC Eco 1500 to put a second coat on a 3 square meter or 32 square foot cement panel. We will come back later, do the calculations to give you the coverage, but in the interim, the second coat of the BondTAC Eco 1500 was applied approximately 5 or 10 minutes ago. Let's check for the water repellency of a BondTAC Eco 1500 coating immediately after application. This would be useful when considering the window of opportunity when working on the exterior and anticipating imminent rainfall to come within the next hour or so. We'll take some water. Place some water in the speaker, tap water. and apply some to the surface of the BondTAC Eco 1500. And see if the cement panel shows any wetting on the surface at all. Doesn't appear to be any dark spots that you would normally observe on a uncoated cement board. Okay. We will now move on to demonstrate a similar coating application of the BondTAC Eco top coat to determine what coverage we may get with thin film application of the Eco top coat. The Eco top coat does not really require a second coat. There's a purpose for second coats, which we'll come back to with respect to the Eco 1500. The top coat, one coating is sufficient for most applications, unless you're applying it over a very dark mass tone color or over black surface area. We'll now do our calculations on coverage for the Eco 1500 and come back with our demonstration application of the BondTAC Eco top coat.